Strike by members of NUPENG has resulted in significant fuel scarcity across cities in Ondo State. The impact of the strike has been felt in Akure, where long queues are formed at some fuel stations. Many fuel outlets have restricted access, effectively creating an artificial scarcity of fuel. Motorists and commuters are expressing their frustration as they contend with the growing inconvenience. Let's bring in General Secretary of the Ondo State Petroleum Marketers Association, Akure branch, Kolade Omotayo. Mr. Omotayo, thank you for joining us on the news this hour. The strike now has been suspended after federal government's intervention. How quickly should residents of Ondo expect fuel supply and distribution to return to normal?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Right about immediately. Nobody is happy about the strike, but it was the necessary action to be taken. But right now that has been resolved, immediately our members will be open to the public to buy fuel.
Are there lessons here really that Ondo petroleum marketers can draw from this standoff between NUPENG and Dangote?
Yeah, the lesson for every businessman, every industrialist, or every business concern out there is that you cannot trample upon the rights of people to join the unions. Unions helps people for collective bargaining, and as you well know, there are a lot of advantages to that for workers, for laborers. So the lesson for everyone is that once you're having a big concern, you have to carry along stakeholders, make sure that all stakeholders are carrying along your decisions and ensure that everybody's interest is covered. In this case, it was a matter of the driver's interest of being covered, and as you very, very well know, they are our employees, and without them, we can't really operate. So everybody, it was an issue of an injury to one, an injury to all. So it was necessary that all of us join hands together with the tanker drivers. And in this case, we thank God that now Dangote Refinery and the other stakeholders involved have now resolved, and now everybody will be happy.
Why do you think Ondo residents felt this faster than a couple of other states in Nigeria? Because largely in many parts of Lagos, the fuel stations are still open for people to buy freely.
Well, I would not be able to say exactly why other stakeholders in, let me say, IPMAN members. Let me focus on my own area, independent petroleum marketers, while people in Lagos may not have cooperated. But on our side here, an injury to one, an injury to all, we work together to ensure that nobody's right is trampled, nobody's right is abused. For us here, as a people, although Ekiti State exists, generally we hate cheating by nature. So you understand why on our side here, issues like this get to us very quickly.
Well, it's just that the impact of, such decisions on the average Nigerian is quite, really tough. But looking ahead, what safeguards do you think should be in place to prevent Ondo and other states from sliding back into scarcity, whenever there is a labor dispute in the oil sector?
What has to be done is that every stakeholder, be it on the government side, be it on the player side, is that everyone needs to make sure that stakeholder engagement is not taken for granted. Stakeholder engagement is quite very, very important. Going forward, all of us have been happy that there has been no fuel scarcity since the advent of Dangote Refinery, and we're quite happy about that, and we want that to continue. But then, be that as it may, as we are happy that there's no scarcity, at the same time, it is important that stakeholder engagement is not neglected and nobody's right is abused and nobody's interest is thrown under the bus.
General Secretary of Ondo State Petroleum Marketers Association, Akure branch, Kolade Omotayo, thank you so much for talking to us on the news this hour.
Thank you.